Last time we met up, Dro was in the middle of being interrogated for his life. The charges of murdering Freya all those years ago brought down upon him as he entered the city, being discovered recently thereafter, and being forced into prison, into trial, and forced into interrogation by the council and by Gungard, the petty scheming kind of lawyer. And after a while, it was discovered that he was under some sort of mind control. He identified Theo from Theo's Thermals, a merchant that you all had met just at the very beginning of your trip to Aurora's Rest, and actually coming through as you go through the high road and into the city, selling very cheap uh, thermal cubes to as many people as he could. And turns out he is a demon disguise, a golden molten, kind of dripping uh, creature, just covered in coins and jewels and all sorts of things, and was the bothersome antagonist to this trial, spreading lies, manipulating the lawyer, and as soon as he was found out, summoned his hordes of staged reinforcements as the group began to fight. They quickly see the council members jump into action, saving lives, escorting those out, even those of the 24 from the oh no, I'm switching up names in my head. The 24 from the Grand Athenium helping out, and soldiers both of the city and the soldiers of Aeon gathering their things and returning to the fight. So I believe we start at the top of the round. Or did we? No, I think we left as Bloom, the once that was Theo, just bounced out. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right. My forge just haven't been open today. Who is up next on the initiative order as I'm reloading? That's good.
After Bloom?
Yep.
Brandar.
I believe is over by Dro.
Yeah.
All right, he looks over at you. Dro kind of puts a hand on your shoulder and oh no.
Hello.
He's going to put a hand on your shoulder. What did you get them to now, boy? What is this? Why do they want you?
You know, that's a very good question.
To which I assume you have an answer? Or they just pissed off at you for no apparent reason?
Well, with context clues, that seems to be the fire. And caveat to what I told you previous, becoming the champion of water, don't think they find interest in me being here. And another concern is I'm not the only champion that's in here.
You told me about yourself. What do you mean another?
Dro just glances over at Warden.
Well, you've
you know, there's fire, water, air. He just kind of looks over at Warden and then the creature that Warden had summoned in the room. I don't know how much they know about his being here in the city, but they definitely know of me being here. And last encounter with fire, we didn't make the greatest impression on them. As he kind of looks at the two, at Margot and Yaslin as well. So
He certainly does not make eye contact back.
And I know before all this happened, we were at Haspart's tower talking about a graft that they had some sort of connection to here in the city. And then shit went downhill, so we didn't get to really chase that lead.
What was the last thing you guys heard?
Brandar saying, "What do you mean by other champion?"
And that's when I blew heard. Great. Or at least on my side, that's what happened. Okay. Brandar's gonna roll his eyes, turn around, and cast Wall of Force. As his action to cut off. Oh, there's it. There we go. There we are. He's going to cut off this section of the room here. Just blanket it and trying to create an obstacle so more people can escape, similar to the one that Durok has on the other side of the map. Okay, that'll be his turn. Randar, that guy's off the map. So is this guy. We're gonna cut them out. Next up is one of my big boys. The one that is suddenly very confused that Randar is not in his belly. Turns around and goes to swipe at the Ripple Elemental instead to get a new target inside of itself. Oh, apologies. Yep, targeted attack. This is normal. Okay, 26 to hit. That'll hit the elemental, right?
Just barely. Yeah.
Just barely, yeah. Okay, dealing 12 points of damage, because the Ripple Elemental is resistant to physical. That's why. I was like, Ripple Elemental's resistant to fire? That's kind of surprising, but no, it's resistant to physical. That's all right. And then the second one, tough hits. And it is grappled. Oh my.
It can't be grappled.
It cannot be grappled. That's right. It's an elemental. The Tophet like reaches down, like smacks it, like pulls its fist back into motion, and like it stuffs it in its belly, and it only like you only hear like some like as some droplets of water like splash against its hot body. It looks very, very confused. So it's going to it's just going to slam it again because it can't use its fire burst ability. So ignore that one. I don't want to do this. So he's just going to go for another attack. And that one shall miss with a 4. This time the Ripple Elemental like liquefies out of the way. Next up is Big Swirl. You can see him inside of the force cage. These little bars of like force and energy are like distorting the air around them, and like looking through them is like looking through like one of those really old style panes of glass where everything is moving. And you see him like over there, like trying to talk to Frey, or Fry, like gesturing wildly, and she's like stamping her foot and like saying no. At this point, he's going to like get kind of frustrated and like reach down and grab her shoulders and like kind of keep her in place. His hand is so big that it can like hold shoulder to shoulder with one of his hands and reaches into a pouch and like pops a potion, like puts it under her nose, and she immediately like goes unconscious, thus ending the wall of force that's around them as she goes unconscious, no longer able to concentrate on the spell, and the force cage drops. But Fry is unconscious. Let's see. Next up, let's see, this boy, does he have, yes, he has a Scouted Flame. He is going to use the God of Flame ability at Lady Seraphine. And you see those little spaces all over its body. And like explode around her, very similarly to what happened to Margot earlier in the fight. And through the end of it, you just see like a bunch of the flames like suck into her hand, and it begins to glow red. Only a few of her like hairs are slightly singed. She doesn't look like she's taken hardly any damage there. Okay, I gotta refresh it one more time because my map disappeared. We might have some bugginess and just some new icons to choose from or whatnot. Today was the day that I had to force an upgrade because all the modules were getting too far ahead of the version that I was on. So some things are buggy, including my map. Okay. Fire dancers, they continue to run around and they are just using their bodies to fly and burn. And as they try to like cross here, Passport like reaches over and like summons, like basically like jumps in front and like casts shield on himself. And so like all the skulls are like raging around him as he's like concentrating on like getting the people out of the window beside him, but the flames begin to continue to increase. So, Warden, you're going under to try to clean up my family so it stops crashing up.
Warden's what?
Warden's up.
Oh,
It's your turn.
I thought you said Warden, you're going under. I said, what?
Warden, you're going under.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and use my bonus action and command Tailwind to attack the swarm of fire dancers. And instead of using my action to help people, I assume that most of these people, with the darkness and the force wall now protecting them, will be capable of getting out the window. The issue is the thing that is blocking the window is the thing that's blocking the window. So all of that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a sniper shot at the window.
Okay. So your two pistols are combined into your rifle at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to do a shot of that. Oh, fuck me. Last week sucked, this week sucked. Or, sucks currently. Good old natty one.
Oh boy. Okay, that means roll, remind me what the check is. No, your gun misfires with all the heat that's happening right now in the room. And you guys have, not Warden, but the other three of you, you felt this phenomenon before where the room like begins to heat up to such a degree. In a little while, it's going to start hurting people just by the basis of being in the air around what's going on. And that means that things like mechanics, especially ones that are complicated, like a gun, the heating and swelling and expansion of things begins to mess with what's going on. And in this case, it messes with it messes with the gun and it misfires the gun. So I believe you have to try to fix it up the next time, right? As a misfire.
Pretty sure.
Okay, cool. All right. What else for your turn, sir?
Let's see. Action, bonus action. I'm actually gonna stay right here. I think as long as we can get this thing killed, everyone should be able to escape properly from there. Pretty much the only other thing I could do is movement. So yeah, I'll just use my bonus action to go ahead and have Tailwind attack.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and do so. See any wonky stuff. This is not what.
Oh wow. All right, Tailwind's character sheet is different than mine.
Yes. Tailwind is currently a copy of one of the constructs that Margot uses. Do you have the stats for Tailwind's abilities? Ability scores.
I can in just a second.
Okay, cool.
All right, the stats are close, but not quite. Do you want me to read them to you, or
Yes,
am I able
please.
to change them? Okay. So strength is +3.
Oh, give me the strength score. Not the,
16.
16. Thank you.
Dex is 12.
Okay.
Con is 15.
Okay.
Intelligence is 8.
Okay, it's significantly smarter than the golem.
Yes, not much, but wisdom is 14, and charisma is 8.
Okay, awesome.
And do you need me to read its abilities or actions?
Yes. What is its proficiency bonus?
Its proficiency bonus, I believe it's 3.
Okay. And does it have any skills?
Drake. Never mind. It uses my proficiency bonus, which is 4.
Oh, okay.
I thought I ended up reading that somewhere, but I had wanted to make sure.
Okay.
In combat, yeah, blah blah blah.
Any skills?
Right after me. It just has. No, just an action and a reaction. No fun skills or anything. At least anything that needs to be written down. Everything else is like upon summoning. It is this.
Sounds good. So we've got a slam attack, which looks like it'll suffice. What's the damage on the slam attack? And then we'll move on.
The slam attack currently in.
Oh no, what's his base attack?
Okay.
Like a claw or a bite?
It is a bite. It is +3 plus. So it is 7 to hit with a reach of 5, one target, and it does 1d6 plus 4 piercing damage.
Okay. And is that a dex or a It's a strength. Okay.
I believe that is strength.
Got it.
Yeah, because his dex is +1. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So
All right,
+7
so
and
you should
26
be mostly good now.
And then on reactions, he does Infuse Strike, which is basically if somebody else attacks a creature within 30 feet of the Drake, and it can see it, then it can infuse that person's strike with an additional 1d6 of the dragon or the draconic essence, which is something I choose upon summoning, which is almost always going to be lightning. Sometimes it will change, but mostly always lightning. And then it also can become a mount or when your Drake is summoned, you gain the following benefits. Okay. These are passives.
Okay, cool. I think we've got the base deals down, so we won't need to chunk everything in there.
Yes. The final thing that is different because I'm past level 7 is it has something called Magic Fang, which is the Drake's Bite attack deals an extra 1d6 damage of the type chosen for the Draconic Essence.
Oh,
so
cool.
it would do an additional 1d6 lightning damage.
Easy enough. I will add that in.
Slavery text.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now that we've got him up and running, go ahead and
Okay, I click the button. The button is not buttoning. Ah. Now it let me do the button. Okay, it's going to go ahead and do a bite attack at the swarm of fire dancers for a 23 to hit.
Okay, so where did Tailwind go? Swarm of Fire Dancers getting advantage from Goldhammer.
You hadn't responded if yes, but I will go ahead and roll again for the advantage.
Oh yes, definitely, because you are flanking.
All right, 23.
23 definitely hits. Go ahead and chomp on those bad boys. Okay, go ahead, add the D6 manually because I was working on that when I went out.
11.
Oh, right.
I actually need to read. Okay, so it's 9 piercing, 2 lightning.
Okay. Okay. It is resistant. No. Is your Drake's Fangs count as magical attack?
I believe so. Give me a second.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. The stats are it's resistant to piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing in general. Not adamantine, not silver, not magical, just across the board. Okay, so the lightning still does 3, and so 6 points of damage total. Okay, anything else for your turn, Boardman?
No, I will keep it there.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. Cool. I said that this was gone. Okay. The guard is going to come over here. He's no longer on the ground. What's an throw in effect? Get rid of that. And so this Toffet over here, he's going to start getting swarmed by the guards. And they're going to start chunking him down a little bit. Okay. Lucius. And they move Get rid where the target button is on my configuration. It's throwing me off. Lucius and this guy are continuing to battle. Lucius like reaches into a pouch and like pops open a potion and drinks it. It looks like a pretty expensive one. He gets back up like a significant amount of health as a bonus action, then goes to town on this guy. Again, he's only able to get like a little bit of damage in as like he swings down with I believe they said he has like a big long sword, kind of like cuts down. It was like repeating the cut over and over and over into like the same spot to like widen it on this thing. And it's small amounts of damage, but it's in the same place, so it's beginning to build up and more wide. Like there's a crack that is beginning to like widen and widen and widen and kind of force part of the top that open. Hasport is doing what he can to get things moving. He's going to he sees what these things are doing, and he's going to drop his gust of wind, and some of the people are going to like land on that just the edge of the platform outside. Some of them are already like in the canyon that the courthouse sits on, and so they're gently floating down to like the lower sections. He's going to drop concentration on gust of wind. He's going to turn around and cast banishment and pop the fire dancers so that they do not continue to spread flame in this space. And then he's going to continue physically like helping some people move along. This Tophet, he's going to work on Lucius, and he's going to go down. Lucius is going to go down a little bit more. Yaslin, you are up.
Awesome, awesome, wonderful, wonderful, very wows. Gosh. I might as well try to rage. We haven't succeeded yet.
Right? Let's go.
I'll just do like a pure strength check, I guess. We'll see how
Okay.
well this happens for me. As expected from Yaslin in her current state, she's like, listen.
This is going so well.
I love everything right now.
Mhm.
Regardless, we're going to run up here and join them.
Okay.
Right here. So that'll be an action dash. Whoosh! Hello! Because I have, whatever, Expeditious Retreat or whatever. And Long Strider.
You long strider. Yep.
Something like that. Alright, wonderful. Very wows. That do be my turn.
Okay, sounds good. What was that thing? Should not be a thing.
You also have shield shield of faith, by the way.
I do have Shield of Faith. Okay, so my AC should be a 19. I'll keep that in mind. So it would be a 19 then.
This is so dumb. They changed things, and I can't update your AC.
Oh, what the hell?
Like, I'm the fucking GM. I should be able to do whatever the hell I want. Okay. Okay. So, Yaslin, that's your go. You dive into the fray to continue to help those guards over there, trying to help them from getting messed with. Okay, next up is the Tophet, and it's not doing too hot. Ooh, and it does not get its belly flame. Or it's got a flame back. Instead, it is going to target this guy and go for a slam. Ooh, that'll be a fail. He's gonna try it again. Ooh, that was almost a 20. That one will hit. Do some damage here. Ooh, 19. This guard is almost out of there, and he is grappled.
Can I sentinel attack?
Yes, can.
Awesome. We'll see how well that goes, but I
Mhm.
sentinel attack.
Is that advantage out of curiosity?
It is.
But
But she's flanked.
Jocelyn is incapacitated. This is an interesting. By what? By what? Excuse me. Is exhaustion being
Yeah.
funky? Is that why?
It's probably very funky. Try it again.
Oh, yeah, it was exhaustion.
Okay.
I do believe. Let me check because I had 2 levels.
It's a disadvantage on skills and
Half speed, I think.
Disadvantage on ability checks and speed is halved.
Okay,
Yes.
so it'll just be a normal attack.
okay, that'll get it. 27. Nat 19.
Damage. And then because this is they're doing it like that.
Okay, you like shove your blade through and like whip it out, and there's like a kind of a jagged diagonal space in it, and you could see through its back into the fire in its belly.
Dang.
All right, next up, this guy is currently fighting the counselor, but he's going to give his God of Flame back. He's going to use it, but not on the counselor. He's going to target Yaslin and everything within 10 feet of Yaslin,
Hello.
which is all these guys.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
Good luck on the deck saves.
Yaslin!
Listen,
Darn speech.
technically,
Jeez!
the deck save, did it give me my advantage? Question mark. Oh no, it didn't.
Nope, go ahead and roll again.
Alright, I would like my advantage.
I would like to phone a friend.
I would like to try again, please. I actually don't know if that succeeds.
No, DC is 16.
Dang.
Mhm.
Okay, ow.
So a couple of the guards, they go up in flames. Many of them are very, very toasty. That's going to be this guy's turn. And he's going to run forward and like do like a, and he's just like trying to like move over and fall on this guy. I'm gonna make him do a dex save. As like, because this guy's trying to move through his space and he has a heated body. We give him plus that. Oh, that does not look very good. Okay, so he's gonna like run over and just like seriously just like belly flop onto the counselor, which I'm gonna give him both prone and restrained for, and this guy is prone as well, and that's gonna I'm gonna up that just for the weight of it. So you see the counselor is gonna take about a quarter of his health. Is he just like is underneath this thing, and he tried to like move and like slipped a little bit. He got a natural 2. So he is now pinned, not having a good time. You can hear handsome man starting to scream a little bit. All right. Counselor, she's still working on the people around. Yep, I think this was the end of the second round. I said, like, I think I said it would take 3 rounds of like supported movement for all the civilians to get out of the way. This is the end of round 2. She's still doing her thing. Okay, last but not least, this topic is being 3-wayed by these guys, and does have his got a flame. He's going to launch his God of Flame from this spot here in his 10-foot. Can he get more people? Yes. Nope. I'm trying to get this dude over here in the center, and I don't think I can do it. So he's going to drop it right there and going to target Bloodthorn. Profit is none and is incapacitated. That was no reasons. Okay. Well, I'm gonna manually stuff. Okay. It's gonna be a dex saving throw for her. Oops, excuse me. Ooh, that's not good. As she takes 39 points of fire damage, but you see her like flick the whip, and it kind of like blows away, and she's only got like slight flame licking up her body. She is resistant, so she only takes 19 points of damage. Then he's going to use his movements to get up. Oh, no, he can't. Because he's grappled, which means his movement speed is 0. Okay. That is it for the top of the round. One of the fire dancers are going to go next. And they are none too happy with Goldhammer. Actually, no, not him. No, don't make yourself do the wisdom saving throw. Stop targeting yourself, Phil. Okay. So anything within 30 feet. Okay. So this includes Tailwind, this includes Warden, this includes a bunch of civilians. Does it include Randar? No, it does not. So you see all the skulls, they like rearrange into like one massive skull, and they shout, "Come on!" and there's like an echo of flame and sound and terror that shoots out. This is a frightened condition. Wow. I use very, very basic templates for all these guys, so I'm like adding their bonuses on the fly, and all of them still would have failed with a 7, a natural 1, and a 8. That's bad. So everybody who failed is afeared. So all my NPCs are afeared, and Warden, you are well trained, and you have trained your Drake well. You are not afeared. But most of the civilians also are, and they start running away. They don't want to get any closer to the fire dancers. And then they are going to try to move, and they're going to try to like burn people. So Tailwind, go ahead and take an attack of opportunity if you would like.
$18 to hit.
18 will hit. Goldhammer will take an attack of opportunity as well, but he's like afraid, and he, like his hammer mostly just scrapes on the ground and cracks into the wall.
Oh, it added the lightning already. Disregard the second roll.
Yep. Okay, I'll mute that.
6 piercing.
So that will be 4 more points of damage as it runs away, and it starts getting over here, and it is burning and messing with the individuals and like blocking their exit, and like just it's using its fire form ability and its swarm ability, and it's just scouring through all the people and like burning them. It is currently Margot is up.
I'm going to start with a Wither and Bloom.
Okay.
See where this template will. I think I can hit. How badly injured are you, Yaslin?
Not horribly.
Okay. I think I'd rather do more damage than healing, because I can hit more creatures if I don't include you. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, let's heal Hot Boy,
Okay.
because I should be able to hit both of these. Oh, it's not letting me select.
Yes, you can hit both of them.
There we go. So he's gonna roll a hit dice +4 to heal. And
Okay.
they get to. They'll probably save this because I'm guessing they have a high constitution, but are you kidding? One of them got a natural 20 on the save.
Yeah, one of them got a 7, one gets a natural 20. So one of them saves. Let me see which one got the save. Which one is this guy? How do I identify which one is which? They changed the controls on them.
Hover over their picture in the feed. That's how I got it to highlight.
Yeah, it's not working for me. I'm hovering over the picture and it's just showing me what they're
Oh
called.
wait, it doesn't help which one's which. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, the one that got 15 is
Oh,
the one
yep,
that's holding
okay.
counselor.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, so the one that saves is gonna like sees it incoming and like grabs a piece of scrap and just like kind of shoves it in front of itself, so like the epicenter of like the blast of the necrotic energy just like soaks into this thing. And I'm gonna give him like a free throw of this chunk of like stone that he picked up.
Okay. I don't have a lot of good spells. I'm gonna quicken spell. Entangle. Let's see how many I can get in an entangle.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not. What am I concentrating on? What am I concentrating on? Hold on. It says I'm concentrating on something. I don't remember.
The spell you gave Dro, was that concentration? It was the
Spell. I just
5d8.
gave you sorcery points.
Okay.
Oh, I think I put it on there too because we don't have a symbol for my true sight anymore.
Oh, okay.
I'm not actually concentrating on anything. Let's see how many of these things. Ooh, I can get them both. See that? God damn. Okay, well, it was a long shot, but
It was a long shot, and that's not actually the worst thing that could happen, because if you had just entangled, if you had successfully entangled the one on the bottom, you would have entangled the counselor Hotboy too, because he's currently laying on top of him on the ground. So if you would have like wrapped him up, you would have been stuck there even further. So that's
yeah,
actually, I would say that's actually a good thing that you failed there.
Okay. I'm gonna move back over here because I want my shit back. But I'll take my next round, I think, getting all my stuff on. For now, I'm just gonna, like, start grabbing my things. And then my whole next
Okay.
round will be getting my gear on, because I don't like my low AC right now.
Sounds good. Dro, you are up next.
Mm. Last time I tried to hit these things, I fell off a cliff. I'm not gonna learn. I'm gonna hit it. Hit the fire dancers. Try to prevent them from going further.
Okay. What do you mean, fell?
I don't think they were fire dancers. I think that was.
It was-
Oh,
It was a comet, is what it was like. The
yeah,
skull
the
comet.
murder comet. That's right. I was like, did I put a cliff in this room and forget about it? That'll hit.
Uh,
Okay, all right, got it. 8 points of damage, and Dro, you smack it.
Oh.
And you take 7 points of fire damage as, like, you hit it and it burns up against your arm, of course, reducing down to 3 for it, for your water, for your resistance.
Second attack.
Are you concentrating on something, Joe?
Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay. I was like, why? I was like, you didn't pass without a trace, anybody. Go ahead and hit it again.
I also want to use my paladin ability. So if I hit, I think it's a spend channel divinity to use. This is my bonus action. So I'll add 2 more bludgeoning damage, and it's doing Fury of the Tides. So I'm trying to throw it 10 feet away from me through the window.
Through the window. Okay, does it have to save against that or what?
There's no save. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can choose to push it 10 feet away from you. If it pushes into an object, if it pushes into an object or another creature, it takes an additional 2 damage.
Okay, it's gonna go through the window. I think I already said that due to Warden's behavior last time, these windows are already shattered. So you push it like 10 feet out, getting it specifically off of people, and it gets shoved out. It's no longer burning the civilians. It's sitting about 5 or 10 feet above some of the civilians that have already got out the window and like dropped down a little bit. But it's no longer in the middle of the crowd. Nice. Okay, so Fury and Tide, does that extra 2 damage happen every time, or is it just when
It's just if it
smashed?
collided with something or someone.
Okay, I did it one time. So, and actually, give me some sort of check. This is a swarm creature, and you're trying to get several individual things off of people. So you're having to thread the needle several times here. Give me, and it's described as like it's comes out of your sword, right? It's out of your weapon.
Kind of like a wave hitting.
Okay, give me a. And you're using Dex on your longsword because you're a monk, right?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, give me a dexterity check here to thread the needle properly.
I'll use inspiration.
Okay. Go ahead and use it.
I'm glad I used it.
Much, much better. Rather than like blasting some poor like clerk through the window and off the cliff. Adjust your fate just a little bit, and there's like several like quick jabs, like, and you blast each of the remaining heads, which is about 5 or 6 at this point, out the window. They are not looking very good. They're at half at this point. Okay, that is Dro's go. Dro, you get to go with the diplomat.
Okay. So, question.
Yes.
It is a large creature, so remind me, it has 10 feet reach? Is that what it is?
No. The ability details its reach. It's not related to the size of the creature. It's a loose correlation that larger creatures tend to have more reach, but it's not a good one.
So, first off, can he even make it over here? He can't make it to... Okay, so question. He has an ability, water form, which means he can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there and move through spaces as narrow as 1 inch, right?
Yes.
Can he use that and contest a strength to try to get Marcus free? This is a long shot.
Okay. Marcus is essentially pinned underneath a giant burning oven, and he wants to have the Ripple Elemental kind of slither in and like build itself back up and try to lift the thing off of him.
Or pull him out, or another thing, it might cause damage. Use his whelm ability to pull Marcus into him and then spit him out.
Okay, the trouble with the whelm ability part is that if you pull him, he's scraping against hard and hot metal.
Yeah, fuck.
So your best bet is to get him to try to like lift the Tophet off of him. That much does make sense. So I'll give you this one. You can try to use Whelm and pull him out. That's going to be a lower DC, but it's got a higher risk of damaging Marcus. Or you can go for the lift path, which is going to be, I mean, these things are big and heavy and they're largely elemental. So it's going to be a higher DC, but if you succeed, there's no damage to Marcus.
We'll do the strength check.
Okay, go ahead and see. Remember to wiggle your way over there.
Make sure I'm going. Come on, there.
And that's going to be 2 points of fire damage to the elemental as he starts to touch it.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, this is like doubly bad. As that happens, like your elemental kind of slides under and then like begins to like reach up and like try, from its 1 inch height, begins to like reach up and like try to push the top off of it. It misjudges its hand placement and it touches inside of its belly, in which it is sucked into the belly. The belly is actually like a kind of like it's almost its own pocket space, and it does have like a vacuum effect. That's why like earlier when you saw the guard in there screaming, no sound came out. So your water elemental is now restrained inside of it, and and it will take damage at the beginning of the water element of the ripple elemental's turn. And as an unfortunate added bonus, I'm gonna do like the heated body effect. There's a blast of steam as water meets fire as well, and more damage blasts into Marcus as he's underneath. Now he's not alone. Now it's not just like heavy and hot, it's also heavy and hot and steam. There's some burns that begin to like burn on his arm and like the side of his neck where the thing is like pinning down. Which we didn't heal, we got hurt. That's how it goes. Okay. Bloodthorn's turn. She's going to release the
Question.
grapple. Oh, go ahead.
Can I use, since he has multi-attack, to try to get out? Or no?
No, because it
It's
says
fine
it can
if
take
not.
it says it can take its action to try to escape. Not a partial attack.
Okay.
But no, I'll let him do it because I was allowing it when he was trying to pull Randar out. I gave him to his eyes because he did. So go ahead.
I don't know if I want to now. Yeah, you can go ahead. No.
Nope. Okay. For making the attempt, I reward you with max level belly damage. You take 12 more points. I don't think I hit you with the 2 earlier, so it's minus 14 and and I said it was a pocket space, so like that amount of damage is contained inside the Toffet now and is not affected on this. Okay. Bloodthorn is going to release her grip on this Toffet over here. It is still prone. You see the whip like retract quite a bit. She's going to jump over here. Come on, move. She's going to come over here. She's going to use this time she's going to use her whip on this guy. And she's going to try to pull the thing off of Marcus instead. I gotta open this thing. The range is 20, not 10. No, this is a normal attack. 13. That's not going to work. She's going to try it again. That'll hit. She's going to do 7 points to it, and she's going to and it is now grappled by Bloodthorn. And that'll be the end of her turn. She's going to try to like yank it off of Marcus and help him out. Randar is going to take his turn to run up. And he's like leap into the air, and you just see him like jump up, and like each one of the skulls like it's a single strike to each one of them. They just crack and fall apart. And he kills the rest of the fellow dancers. And like drops in the ground, begins to help people down. Again, like projecting his fire reaction aura, so people are able to like use a little bit of their attention to reduce the amount of flame damage that's being hit there. Next up, what was this guy doing? I don't remember what this guy's doing.
He was fighting the elemental.
Oh, that's right. Okay, this one's gonna come down. Oh. Maybe Seraphine. She's gonna like focus her like offensive telekinesis that she's using, and like this thing like reaches up, and she, instead of like using it concentrated, she forces it down and just like focuses it only on this thing's head, and she just like crushes the head alone like a can. It slams into the wall and like rips off of the body, and the flame just dies out. The body like slumps to the ground, like begins to roll a couple of steps down, and it is gone. Okay, next up, this guy's gonna come forward and he's gonna like try to like reach down and grab her, and she's gonna like reach up and like you see that fire that was like in her fist from last time, or like when she absorbed the gout of flame. She's gonna reach up and like grab it and just like hold its hand there. At least that's what it kind of looks like. But upon closer inspection, you see like a very, very thin layer of like telekinetic energy is just keeping the hand up and away from her. Big Swole is Big Swole is gonna hero it. It's gonna pick up Fry's body, put it, not her body, but Fry's unconscious form, gonna put her up on his shoulder, right next to, and like Petrie like gets up on his horn. He's gonna go over. He's gonna reach into another one of his pouches, and he's gonna like throw a vial on the floor right here, and the fear that is inside of the two of these guys, especially with the creatures that cause the fear, are gone because Randar killed them. Gonna throw it on the ground and like their eyes are clear as day, and their effect is gone. They are no longer frightened. And you see, Big Swole is going to start. He's gonna usher the three of them. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. He's taking these guys away, and these two. That guy's got 5 feet. This guy's got 20 feet. He's gonna come over here and he's gonna start throwing. He's gonna start like throwing like lots of daggers and stuff. And the two of them begin to engage on the Toffets over here as well. And this Toffet, you see like a black flame, like begin in like one of its eyes, and it begins to like, regardless that this thing is immune to fire, it begins to like melt part of its head, or it begins to like drip down Yasmin from you, you see little gold and silver drops of liquid molten metal just landing in front of you. And this thing takes a hefty amount of damage as well. Okay, across the way, these guys are banished by Hasport. Overall, this section that Hasport and Eve are in, their group of civilians is basically out of the window and safe. Warden, you are up in your section with the civilians.
All right. Well, the fire or the heat is increasing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is summon 10 good berries. Use a spell slot, a level 1 spell slot to do that. Move a cast spell, remove that. And I think you said there was like 8 people in this section plus the Drake Woods. And for the people who look as horrible as possible or are on the ground unconscious, I'm going to feed them good berries and just kind of dart around doing that, trying to keep at least everyone in this section alive. I might not be able to save everyone, but I can save at least these people.
Okay, perfect. With your multi-attack, your bonus action, your item interaction, and you're able to administer to 4 people this range. As you just walk by and like shove a berry into like several different mouths, like one in each hand.
Is that the about the amount of people who are left in this area anyways?
That's about the amount that were burned by the skulls that were like floating in here before Dro and Randar like tag teamed them into oblivion.
Awesome. So then, yeah, I'll do that to save them as much as possible. And with the bonus action used, I will not be able to do anything with Tailwind. So Tailwind will sit there and take the dodge action, which is something that he does if I'm unable to command him.
Okay, sounds good there. All right. Next up is my guards. The ones that are remaining are shaken, badly damaged, trying to do what they can. And they're a little bit worse for wear. Actually, they're a lot worse for wear. And let's see. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do. Every time one of them touches him or hits him with a melee attack, they do take some damage. I'm gonna do 2d12 to see how much damage they managed to do. That's super cocked, I can't tell. 8. Not very much damage this time. And several of them take a bit of damage. Yaslin, give me an insight check as you are like in there, part of the fray.
To give you an insight check. Hey. Oh, you best be prepared for my dice right now are they're feeling spicy.
Okay. As the Toffets turn as well, we're kind of grouping these guys to go section by section. Actually, who wants to go first? Do you need to go first, or does the Toffet go first? That is a question towards Yaslin. Okay, you get to go first, Yaslin. So this time, in this turn, those guys just take a bunch of hits. This guy who's being touched, he burns to death in the Toffet scans, and he is dead. because hot bomb.
Oh,
So Yaslin,
yeah.
never mind, that's your turn. You're about to get your turn. Lucius continues to fight this thing. Again, not doing very much damage, but there's like increasing amounts of like crackage. And you see some of its like energy like flowing. This particular Tophet is becoming fairly unstable. And Lucius is back down on like his last bit of health. Passport's doing his thing over on the side, again, like maintaining that barrier and or he's not maintaining the barrier, maintaining concentration, like ushering people out. Their last little bit. Lucius. Yep, that'll do it. So Lucius is like grabbed into this thing's hand and starts like it's like cracked across the face and like gripped by the neck and like held up. And then the second attack. Oops. Not at disadvantage. That's still gonna hit. You see Lucius is like the growling, the hulking like ogre orc bodyguard. His eyes go dark and his sword drops to the ground. Cling, cling, cling. As he goes into the belly. But just as he does, he's going to use his relentless endurance and revive back to 1 health. And like he's going to like stop himself and like clench onto like the belly, like pushing off with his feet and his hands. I'm just going to like scream into this dude's face. So he's not quite done yet. I'm gonna let's see if I can say this. I'm gonna give him an athletics check here. And he's essentially raging. Oh, he's gonna give him a +7. 24. That will definitely do it. He like reaches in and like grabs that portion that he had been cutting over and over and over. It begins to stretch and swell, and the broken jaggedy shards of the creature cut into his hands, and he begins to wrench them even more. And one of his fingers even like severs from the jolt and lands on the floor. It just keeps going, and with a big shot, he like cracks the thing open like an egg, and gets blasted backwards from like a bit of an explosion, like slams into the chairs over here, and he is absolutely unconscious. Look, my unconscious button is now changed. There we go. And that Tophet is dead. Okay. Was it that one? Yep. That was the one you just said. Okay, Yaslin, you are up. You've got a very weak Tophet right in front of you, and most of your guard friends are dead.
Yeah. She's like, this looks bad. I guess we're gonna continue our same thing, and we'll see if I can get my rage to activate as we swing away at this thing.
Okay, go for it. How many charges of rage do you have left?
1. This is my last one.
This is the last one.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you choose strength or con.
Nope, that's a 10.
Not 10. Do you have inspiration?
I
Would the
do.
14 what was the first one you rolled? Would the 14 have succeeded?
For 14.
Would an 18 have succeeded?
You don't know, and if you're gonna like mess with the dice, usually the rule is you have to make that announcement before I announce, or you have to decide to do that before
Yeah, I was trying
say if
to
it's gonna
do
succeed or
more
not.
balance.
Yeah, you can.
That
That's
would have made the roll a
She's-
not disadvantage. It would have been a regular roll.
she's 55 feet away. Is it 50? Is it a 60-foot range?
Yeah, with that I can see within 60 feet of me. Yeah, 60 feet.
Margot, what do you see as you changes?
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What do I?
Oh.
What?
What do you see that gives you the indication that something's about to happen? You need to influence this moment.
I mean, I've seen her struggling for the past like several days. I think to Margot, it just looks like every time she's about to strike, she strains like she's consummated or something. So she's like, "All right, let's help her out a little."
Let's help the girl out. You have your true sight up?
I
Did
do.
you? Did you just give her a rage laxative?
Yes.
She helped me pass the radio. Oh my gosh.
Quinn, you are not
So-
allowed to edit that out.
I have to
Hilarious.
rewatch this.
Thank you. I think. Remember how during that weird dream sequence thing that you could like see people's colors and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I can still
Whereas-
see your colors when I'm actually side up. I can see your auras.
What you see in Yaslin is not the same as you saw her before. Whereas the colors before seem to swirl and kind of blend with each other, they're fractured and seem separate almost.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think she tries to throw her magic at that separation to either bridge it or break the wall. She's not quite sure what's going on, but she's trying to create that connection again.
Okay. As you see these energies flowing around, it's like every time Goslin like tries to like dive in, like she's like still battered and beaten from cacks, like possessing her and exploding her body and nearly killing her in the process. And so like she's running on fumes. She's a little bit better than she was, but she's still not okay. And so like this entire process is harder. And like as she's going, you can see like her energetic intentions are to like reach out and grasp at these things, but they're shifting constantly. And you see them, like you see her grasp out over and over and over, and like this time you like just reach out and like pause, just stop, and you stop the chaos for just a moment, and it's enough for like those shifting energies, all the different personalities that she's got within her, just freeze for just a moment. Yaslin, you reach in and plunge your hand into one of them. Which one?
Yeah,
We can make it random if you want.
I'll roll. So,
Okay.
um,
Let's see. 1 is dragon, 2 is lion, 3 is goat, 4 is snake. Lion.
lion.
Okay. That would be your claws.
Okay.
Right? That's what we did for.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because dragon gets to the tail, claws is the lion,
Lion.
horn
fangs
is
snake.
horn is that, and fangs is snake. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so you get an extra attack as your rage finally connects.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, but we'll take it. Okay. As it stands though, my sword I think will be more reliable for me at this moment.
Question.
Okay.
When we fought the monks, did Yaslin rage at all?
I don't think so.
That's good to know.
I don't
Jasmine's
think she's raged
been-
in a long time.
She hasn't raged in a very long time.
Trill's gonna turn around and be like, Oh fuck.
This will be reckless.
Okay.
Thank goodness it was reckless.
Okay, let me see here. Yep, that checks out. Because you're not at disadvantage for any reason on this attack. Okay. Yaslin, you don't even have to roll. Feel free to roll, but how do you want to do this?
Are you sure? Oh my god.
My God.
Yep. If you rolled zeros on your d6s, you still kill it.
I think just like suddenly, like she's been trying to do something, and like she's finally got it. She doesn't know what happened, what changed, but she grasped what she was trying to grab, and I think she just lets out this like battle cry and just cleaves a huge gash into this thing.
Yeah, got it. Just swinging around your gambler's blade, and like it turns to you and begins to slide off of its bottom, as if you cut like a clean bit, but it's like a slight angle, so it's as the two pieces bisect at a not entirely perfect even, and it falls to the ground. And Yasin, you take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And that one is dead. Its eyes it's one melty eye, and it's one good eye. The fire goes out. He's now just a kind of brass golden husk.
And then I think she'll heave ho over here and do her second attack.
You got it. Go for it. This thing is prone, so you do get advantage.
Alright, awesome.
Not that you wouldn't have raged. Not that you wouldn't have reckless, anyways.
Add a +3 to that because of the gambler's blade. So it'd be
17. That will hit. Armor class is 16. Okay, got it. 13
I have not been adding
points
my
of
rage
damage.
Oh yeah. It's been a while since I've raged.
Oh, Dro, you just said the thing, right? Okay.
No,
Um,
I accidentally clicked on something that shouldn't even been a thing.
Okay, so 16 points of damage.
Yes, it'll be 16 because yeah, rage is also
Is
It's been a
plus
while.
3. Okay.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been
Okay.
a while.
Let me see here. Features. Claws.
It's only if I attack with my claws I get the bonus action.
Let me clarify. So once on each of your turns, when you
Oh,
attack
really?
with a claw using the attack action, you can make one additional claw attack as part of the same action. That to me says that you can use one of your claws as your second attack and gain a third
Oh.
attack if you would like. Because it's pretty dumb to lock an attack action down to like you can only use one weapon, especially like for Dro, who's a monk who can like punch and kick and use a sword or a staff, or like a ranger who's dual wielding. Like you're never
Okay.
locked down to a single weapon to like hit over and over and over while the other one's doing nothing.
Okay, I'll do that next time.
Okay, got it. So yeah, so now you know. Okay. Where are we? All right. Yaslin, you saved the group, and honestly, you saved the group of soldiers. I was gonna make that guy explode. Right.
I'm a hero, guys. I'm not
Mhm.
struggling.
Okay. the ripple elemental is inside of this thing. It's sizzling and burning at the when this ripple elemental's turn is going to take damage. The Tapha does heal up a little bit from the damage that the ripple elemental takes while it's inside of its pocket. This guy's going to use his slam attack against Marcus, against Hot Boy. No, stop targeting yourself. An 18. Oh, this is going to be an advantage, so I'm going to do it again. This is prone. 18 is not going to be enough to hit this wily dude who's underneath, so he's going to try it one more time. It's going to be at advantage. Is that a 19? 19 will also not hit. This guy is like the swiftest, squirmiest dude on the council. A 19 does not work. He only got in this position last time because he rolled a 2 on his dice save. Okay. And then also, nope, no burning thing recharge. Okay. This one is. This one's going to continue doing battle. There's like a couple of streams of like intense frost that are not frost, but one is lightning and one is acid, like streaming from both the wizards, like impacting this guy in the center. And I'm gonna roll. A lot of damage between the two of them. Oh man, this thing is barely alive. He managed just to like roll this one for him. Nope, and he's getting worked over so hard he can barely move. He's not able to do anything. So Duroc and Albiodala are both unharmed this time. Okay. Top of round 5. The remaining stragglers on both ends of the courtroom are escorted out. They are officially safe. There's nobody else to protect that cannot at least handle themselves to some degree. Margot, you are up.
I'm using all of my action economy to get my shit.
All right.
Because I want my stuff back.
Gotcha. How many pieces do you have to report?
There's some small things. I think the biggest question would be the armor. I'm guessing it takes 10 minutes. Well, it's studded leather armor.
It takes a while. It takes more than a minute. Because you have to strap all the pieces together and whatnot. So that's not going to be viable for the
then the cloak of protection, the ring of spell storing, the wand of magic missiles.
Okay, wand of magic missiles, free action, or item interaction, and then grabbing a wand. Are you just grabbing it, or are you grabbing the sheath that goes with it?
Wait, what?
Are you just grabbing the wand like in your hand, or are you like grabbing the sheath and adorning it?
I'm just So that's why I'm saying like all my movement, my full action economy is getting my gear back on me. So.
Right, I'm just making sure that we have that stuff to go. So like, if you can use your action to put on your cloak. You can use your interaction to like quickly grab the ring and like slip it on your hand. You can, and then all out. We'll just convert, a bonus action into like a couple more seconds to like grab the wand. We don't have enough time to like put the wand sheath on where you would like stick it in and like have it as a holster. But you have it in your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so that's Margot. Dro, you're up.
You said all of the citizens that aren't fighting are out, right?
Correct.
Okay. So that includes Drake Woods and
Yep.
okay. With that, just going to use basically my turn to get back over to the stuff, grab the bag of holding, and whatever's still on the ground, scoop it up.
Okay. You grabbed your sword. Margot grabbed her shit. Warden didn't have anything in there. Yaslin has her gambler's blade. Yeah, I'll let you. You can spend your turn to like do something similar to Margot to just like gather it all and slop it out. You just shove it.
Yep, it's all going in the bag.
Yep, that'll essentially take your turn to
Okay.
do all of that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Ripple Elemental is just gonna try to get free.
Okay, it's
I have
gonna
a question.
take.
Did he get all of this stuff, or is there still things like the Helm of Comprehension, all of our like miscellaneous stuff that we still need to pick up, right?
That's what he was
Oh
doing.
shit!
How much of this? Like we have my crossbow bolts, my crossbow. There's a bunch of small stuff that's still needs to be picked up.
That's right. It's like with all the little pieces.
Yeah.
If I have to, I can do Step of the Wind to speed it up, maybe. I'll
You'll
spend
have
key
to.
points for that.
Sure. Yeah, we'll turn you into Flash Dro this time
Sounds good.
because it would be really boring to have you do this 2 turns in a row.
Because that's
Okay,
what I was going to do for my next turn was to continue picking up my stuff.
I kind of figured.
Yaslin, is that rock candy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen rock candy in forever.
I found it at like I think it was like Party City or something. And I was like, well, I just
Nice.
have to buy this box.
Awesome. Okay, Ripple Elemental, you are going to take excuse me, 12 points of damage, and that's going to heal up my Toffet by 6. As you begin your turn in there, go ahead and do a strength check to try to get out. Ooh, dodge the natural one. That's going to be a fail. That's going to be 2 more points of fire damage. I rolled very low on that. And that's going to heal my Toffet up for 1. And you've got 1 more attempt.
How about natural 20?
That'll do. Okay, you know what? This is all in the right timing of things. The Ripple Elemental feels Commander Bloodthorn like grab it and like reach up and like pull and like it elevates this thing's body. That's the exact same time that the elemental like, pushes down like the backwards aquatic force that forces the thing up actually like back onto its feet. And it's enough for the elemental to move out and grab Marcus with his well ability and scoot away for half of its movement speed.
Cool. About time he rolls well on that. Jesus.
Yeah, for crying out loud. You know, it's not a failed attempt that takes damage as you try to escape, but because of the natural 20, I'm not going to give it more damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to put you over here. Marcus is over here. You guys are all good. It's a good time for a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay, Bloodthorn. I'll get out of here. Show me what I want to see. Stop it. Okay, Bloodthorn, who is a wizard, is going to go up and she's going to open her mouth and she's going to spew forth acid out of her mouth at this thing. What the damage do you think that was? I think it defaulted to something it was immune to, but it fails, so it's going to take 16 points of fire damage as the second portion of her attack. All right, next up is Andar. Okay, Randar's going to move. Actually, no, it's not. Randar is going to shout over at Dro. Take care of what's in here. I'll go make sure the others get to safety further down the mountain. He started a little Scottish and he ended up a little bit Arnold on there. It's not one of my strongest accents.
Dro's just
Get to the chopper.
in the midst of Dro like panicking, he just throws his thumb up.
Yep. So Randar disappears off the map. Okay. One of my last Toffets, it's going toe-to-toe here. And again, the battle continues, and you see Swiftwind, like, she pushes that arm up, and then in the same motion, she brings her arm down in, like, this telekinetic blade that, like, splits the Toffet and it crunches into the stairs and the ground, and the thing just... And it is also dead. She's going to let's get him off the map. She's going to look around and start commanding the guards to take care of the wounded and try to save some more lives of what's going on here. And she looks over, seeing that the last ones are pretty badly gone. This guy, he's out. Warden, you are up. The wall of force that blocks you off from the remainder of the fights is gone as Randar stops his concentration on it, so it doesn't seem like it's necessary.
Cool. Unfortunately, I do not have any Tinkerer's tools to be able to fix my misfiring weapon.
That
unless you let me
seems
use
like...
Mend.
That seems like an incorrect thing.
When you make an attack roll with a firearm and the dice roll is equal to or lower than the weapon's misfire score, the weapon misfires, the attack misses, blah, 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 cannot be used again. So you spend an action to try and repair it. To repair your firearm, you must make a successful Tinker's Tools check, DC, equal to 8+ misfire score, which I think was like, what was it, nat 1, so it was 8 + 1, so 9.
Where is... yeah, let's say that you have Tinker's Tools, because like it doesn't make any sense to be like a gunsmith without them. And Tinker's Tools. Whatever you got for gold, take I'll give you a half price because some of it was probably on your ship. So take 25 gold off and just give yourself those tools. if nothing else, it's something that you would have picked up while you were in your downtime at some point.
All right, I think I have just the basic starting gold from when I made my character, so technically 10 gold. I
Oh,
don't think we ever actually discussed.
I think we did magic items and forgot your your goal.
Yeah. Yeah, even my D&D Beyond character sheets like that. Yeah, that seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
a glaring oversight on my part to forget my character gold. Oops.
Right. Go ahead and roll 10d100.
10d100. That was 8. That is 10.
Those were some terrible rolls. Yeah, you had single digits on 2 of those. Okay.
That puts it up to 406.
Yeah.
Which brings it down to 381.
Okay.
So 381, and don't know how to add Tinkerer's Tools to my equipment from here. Unless I have to do that in D&D Beyond and then import it.
That's a great question. Anybody know how to? Oh, there's a little plus in the bottom right.
Yes, there is.
Oh.
Tool.
You
Oh,
could
but
also
that
go
just-
to the Compendium and find it in those folders, Morgan, and drag it over the character sheet. That's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. You continue with your turn. I will find the thing.
Alrighty. What does that do? That gives me proficiency. Yeah, so I'd be able to roll a d20 plus 4. Plus 4.
There you go.
15? That is better than a 1.
15, I believe that qualifies. So it's 8 plus the misfire score.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the misfire score on your rifle? Just kind of for future reference.
I'm gonna be honest, I was thinking the misfire score is the roll that I did to get it. But admittedly, I don't really use guns in D&D, so if there's a misfire score...
Here, I have the gun chart. Let me pull up my gun chart because I played a gunslinger in another campaign.
Thank
Let
you.
me just find the gun chart.
Don't use guns.
Yep. And these are. Did it really take you this long to misfire?
Kind of.
Yes.
Right. You're finding a rifle?
That's surprising.
Noah?
Yes.
Mhm.
You're finding a rifle? Or
Yes.
is it a specific rifle? Is it bad news? Is it just a rifle?
No, it's a custom thing.
Okay. So
But yeah, I'm guessing we
a musket actually, so a musket has like misfire scores too. Bad news, which is like critical roles version of a rifle, is a misfire score of 3. That's why I ask. Here,
yeah,
I'll-
I think that counts.
So then I would need to beat an 11.
Yes. Cool. So you totally did. We're good.
Cool, and I believe that is my action. Yeah, I'll start moving over there.
We need to get you a hand mortar.
30. And then I'll use my bonus action to tell them. Oh, thank you for the ping. I'll use my bonus action to tell Tailwind to go ahead and move. Which Tailwind's movement speed 40. Yeah, I thought it was different. It is 40. and that will complete my turn.
All right, that's it for Warden. The guards just start to like try and stabilize and like recover the ones that were severely injured, or like any of the people that are on the ground. So they stopped being offensive because it looks like you guys have it. And you're going passports out the window, doing something very similar that like Randar is. And he is off the map with Yaslin. Over you, and you got a badly injured Toffet in front of you.
Okay. I am going to do the schmackety wackety.
All right, go for it.
Alright. I think. Oh, well, it would be nice if I clicked my sheet instead of trying to open the top fence.
Well, it's a very handsome sheet.
Yeah, I'm like, give me the goods. Okay, we'll start off with reckless attack with my gambler's blade, and then we'll do the second attack with my clothes. Okay, well, obviously, I don't think a 15 would hit. I keep forgetting to add my modifier.
Yaslin, you're still feeling a little woozy.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a little wiped.
You've had so many, like, even though it's disadvantage, you've had so many in the last, like, 2-3 sessions that were double single digits.
Yeah. Yaslin is feeling not good.
Mm-hmm. Alright, go ahead and roll your next attacks, and if you want to get your third attack, one of them has to be a claw.
Yeah, I think.
Or the next two have to be claws if you want to.
Yeah, next two have to be claws, yeah. Oh my goodness.
Wow. That one was wild.
Is that with your modifier?
That's with
So
the
it doesn't-
modifier.
Or
The
is that on
gambler's
the
blade
sword?
is a +3,
Oh.
but claws don't have it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay,
both
well,
these times, like you're just gliding off and leaving like deep, like surface level, like long surface level scratches. Like you're getting rid of a little bit of patina on this thing from where it's oxidized over the years.
Jasmine's sweating. Oh my gosh!
That was
Oh my
the most.
God.
That was the most like bad manners natural one I've ever seen. It was like, no. Fuck you.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Yaslin is. She's like raged into this form, but like it's not cooperating with her at all.
Yeah, Yaslin, like as you're going, like it's kind of like
It feels wrong. It feels.
like your
It's like-
steam's slowing down a little bit.
I
Just
just want
because
a
of
week.
how the
I need like a week.
So for all those, that's 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my gosh, what's happening
Oh,
to me?
It's the
You
fire
hit
damage.
it. You hit it 3 times.
Oh,
So you take 14
Lovely.
points of fire damage.
wow.
Yaslin, give me a Constitution save. Just because of how the dice are telling me this?
Yeah, so
You're okay.
just want you to know, guys, Alan's not doing good. She's not doing horrible, but she's definitely not doing good.
No. Okay,
Yep, something's very wrong with her.
that'll be
I'm
her
very
turn. Yaslin, you're looking like a tasty baked good to this thing.
Fight me.
Oh,
Oh my
no.
god!
Oh my god, oh my god, hold on. How far are you? How far away
You're-
is
I'm
Too
very
far.
far away now.
Too far.
more than 60 feet?
You're like 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
damn it.
how unconscious am I?
Oh no.
Oh, Yaslin, my girl, this is not looking
Whoa.
Okay,
good.
so that was 4d10s plus 4d6s. 9, 9, 10, 4. And then 6, 5, 4, 2. That was the good news is 37%, 37 points of that is bludgeoning, which gets reduced down to 18. So Yaslin,
Add
you
18
get
back?
19 back because it was a
Yaslin's looking better than she was if she hadn't raged.
yeah, that rage just helped you out significantly.
Oh yeah. Oh
But the
yeah.
fire damage still goes in it. Because of that, because like you like slow down, it takes advantage of it and like double hand
Yeah.
like grabs you and it's gonna like shove you in its belly.
Oh,
you-
okay, I'm being eaten.
and you're not shifted. I'm gonna give it because of the natural 20, I'm gonna give it advantage on this
I'm not
shove attack. Right, we're not shifted, which means it can
Yeah.
get advantage on
Mhm. Yep.
so here comes the next one. Oh gosh, I just totally thought of Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. Get in my belly. It's totally doing that move. Okay, so here goes for. Okay, so here's another attack. This is at advantage. That's gonna be a hit. It doesn't do the same damage, but it is going to shove you inside. You are now restrained. Or that is.
Lovely.
You have 3/4 cover against attacks and other effects. And it takes 46 fire damage at the start of this turn. You can attempt an escape. Every escape attempt made, you automatically take fire damage, whether or not you succeed. DC 16 to get out. Okay, and now it looks over at Command Bloodgloin because she is. Oh, I think I just had a misconception. Do. Oh, never mind. Commander Bloodthorn is still concentrating. She can still use Dragon's Breath. Dragon's Breath, the spell, lets you do it over and over and over for a minute. So that's its turn. Nothing is cooperating in my controls right now. Counselor Iona is going to draw, looking at everybody else. All the civilians are out. She's going to walk up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She's going to walk up and she's going to look over at the one that is being. What's the range? Oh. She's going to. Actually, she's going to use a high level cure wounds, or she's going to use the heal spell on Lucius before he dies, who's a big, who's a big contender in the fight. And he's going to pop back to almost full. That's going to be her turn. This Tophet, it's going to try to do something. It literally has 1 more HP. I'm just going to say, Durock melts acid arrow, and the base corrosion that's on it is just going to finish the work and turn it into like a modern art piece where it's like kind of melted and like the bottom is just like fused to the floor and it's like a basket that used to be fire. So that one is gone. And the two of them. Let's see here. Oh, low rolls. They're going to focus their attention on the Tophet that has Yaslin, and now that there's only one of them left, and there's no civilians, they're no longer burning like bigger spell slots. They're doing a little bit of destruction. Okay, top of the round is Margot.
Let's. I want to kill it. I'm gonna do a Wither and Bloom at spell levels we have left. Okay. So I'm going to cast this at 4th level, which means, Yaslin, you can roll 3 hit dice plus 4 to heal.
Ooh, okay.
So it's 3 of your hit dice plus 4.
Well, barbarians hit dice are D12.
So it's 3d12 plus 4 to heal. That's not bad. Oh, I didn't target him. Damn it.
Oh my gosh. Don't
Wow.
mind. Don't mind Yaslin. She heals.
Yeah, I didn't target
Jeez.
it. So that damage. It has to do a con save. It didn't work.
That was a thickum heal.
Oh, I wanted
Okay.
that one.
Half damage.
Okay, half damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
The biggest part was healing Yaslin, so that was you.
You
Yeah, that's fair.
accomplished it.
And then I'm going to move up here. Is it dead or is it near death?
It's near death.
That's near death. Okay. Let's quicken a spell. Let's quicken Eldritch Blast. Yeah, let's do that. This. No, let's do Mind Sliver. It doesn't seem that smart. Its intelligence has to be low. Are you kidding me? Oh my god! What the fuck? Oh, thank god it has a minus on its intelligence. Well,
You reach out and like try to like mess with its head and just nothing.
so the nice part is
Immune
its
to
next
psychic
saving
damage.
throw. Yeah, its next saving throw is a minus D4, so it has Bane on its next saving throw.
Okay,
And that's it.
got it. All right. Dro, you're up, sir.
Joe just saw Yaslin get eaten, so.
She's not being eaten, she's being baked like a delicious.
Yeah, no, Dro's
Croissant.
not about that. So both Dro and the Ripple's turn is going to be getting Yaslin out.
Okay, go for it.
The Ripple just hears a scream in his head to get her free.
So step of the wind, because I can get right in front of the table in front of the black moons, and then immediately leaping over so I can get right to them. Oh. Not Windows key. And Dro's going to attack. The Ripple is going to try to free her. If it works, if it helps any, the Ripple could also give Yasla an advantage trying to help her free herself. I don't know how you want to run that, but
it'll do the help action.
okay.
So let's see here.
Why can't I?
Okay, so Dro
There we go.
and the Ripple Elemental. Okay, so Dro or the Ripple Elemental, whichever of you can roll the check and give the other one advantage. So I'm thinking this is a strength check. Your Elemental has higher strength.
Yeah, the Ripple's gonna roll.
Okay, sounds good. That is not enough. Go ahead and you can try it again.
No. What?
Oh. Okay. Well, first of all, Dro and the Ripple Elemental, you both take 8 fire damage. Dro, you stun for it. As you're helping, double natural 1.
And concentration drops.
Concentration is dropped. Double natural 1. Sheesh.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh. Dro, does your bowl of water maintain concentration for you on your elemental?
We've talked about this numerous times. I can never remember.
I think we decided it does.
Well, concentration would have been on Shield of Fate, if that was the
Yeah,
case.
so I'm thinking the elemental's fine. I don't know. At least for this scene, that's fine. We'll be berserk. But for the double natural 1, I'm gonna double natural 1. I'm gonna say that like it's trying so hard, and the Tophet like turns over and just like flares its heat and evaporates the water element. It's not dead, but it loses its next turn as it has to like reconstitute itself in the moisture in the air around it.
Oh, well. That's a turn then.
Yeah, that was wildly unsuccessful.
Going to physical dice now.
Every time the physical dice want to help. Okay, you guys are on the way, so that doesn't help. Bloodthorn reaching for her spell book.
You ain't gonna believe this. I just rolled a physical dice and it was also on that one.
That's gross.
It's 3 in a row.
Okay. You see Bloodthorn with the whip that she has. She can't use her fire breath because you guys are in the way. So instead, like her arm begins to channel this like orange in black and like char red color, and it streaks down her whip. And the Toffa is still, it hasn't moved in a while because it's been bound by this thing. And she's going to use the whip to channel like the ranged function of a disintegrate spell. That is not going to be enough. So you see, like, and Yaslin, from your point of view, you see, like, just this, like, stream of, like, random spaces around you. It looks like it begins to rust from the outside in, and, like, the heat eventually, like, escapes very quickly, and it becomes very, very brittle, and you are able to, like, stand up and bust out of it. And it is dead. Jeez, that was 73 points of damage. Yep. Oh, geez, I forgot how nasty Disintegrate is. 10d6 plus the flat 40
That's wild.
is the damage there. So she was going for a guaranteed kill on this thing, if it hit. Okay, and that Toffa is also dead and gone. Takes a moment to revisit what is happening in the room here. And you look around, and the four people who... Oh, what is going on here? So much stuff is not working on Forge today. There we go. These guys are escaping out this window now. And Lucius is like slung over heavily underneath like the sun. And the other three, they are looking fine. They didn't do anything, they didn't need to. And they look fresh and ready to face whatever is outside this building. And they all vanish. Outside. The guards are taking care of their own. You see Kian, this merchant. Well, it was quite intriguing. Lots of fun we had with Woodman today, and more exciting than I expected it to be. Yeah, she was perhaps in the film, so this thing was gonna dash away. And the rest of the scene is essentially like, the other merchants are able to get out as well. The rest of the scene is stabilizing, calming the fires down, getting the out, assembling what guards are available. Some of you see down the hallway, like where the Toffets burst in, and there's like crushed and mayhem. They would do the work before they even got into the room. And you see some guards are trekking down the building as they are getting into this grand courtroom. It is a scene of carnage and burnt flesh and warped metal and singed carpet and tapestries fills the air. Probably takes another good 2 to 3 minutes before the people are stable in the room is not trying to burn itself down. That's what my kind of the scenes are focused on for the next moment or two. And for you guys, as the battle dies down, let's attack that at the end of the week. Now acquire the rest of your key. Put it on. It takes a couple of minutes to reassemble armor and whatnot.
Yaslin, how bad do you look right now? Okay, that answers my question. Dro's gonna dig through the bag of holding and find the two greater healing potions.
Describe how bad she looks to you. Let me find it real quick. You know, a couple days ago, she looks as bad as she did a couple days ago.
Yeah, so Dro's gonna give her a greater healing potion and also drink one himself.
Okay.
So that is, I can never remember, 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. From the combined efforts of the healers in the room, being Iota Thornvale, Scene Altair, and Leo Tetterneck, everybody also just get an extra, like, 15 points on top of where you're at. Unless you're at next.
I'll roll this first. Oh, what a clean roll.
I deleted it from my inventory before I actually rolled it, so it's yelling at me.
I like how it went from saying injured to still saying injured. Just
With
darker
30
green
additional
now.
hit points, it didn't get you
Yup.
further. Holy shit.
Yaslin's a bit of a tanky girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Shit.
get me all the way up with that 30 on top.
Jeez, be fake.
Dumb question, but did they heal the water elemental?
No, they did
Okay,
not.
that's fair. Oh, he's gone.
Okay, so you guys drink a couple of potions. Don your gear back on. Is there anything that you guys want to say before like reconnecting with the rest of the room or moving on?
Dro's gonna walk up to Bloodthorn. So you know this isn't over from this, right?
I was about to say the same thing to you. But yes. She looks at you and like, leans forward and like, absolutely by the back of the head. Leans into your deep, like, you see that motion about that.
I want to roll an insight on her, but I can never fucking read her.
Try
What are you doing to my man?
it. Like, we kissed, we're officially in a relationship.
Yeah, you.
This is the time that I roll good. Oh my god. 21. You're muted.
I just muted myself in order to say that. I also rolled a 10. You still can't get her.
He's purposely putting his head down.
She leans like and like. This isn't good. It just happened. It has nothing to do with mine.
You're hard to understand. Like you were talking away from the mic.
Sorry, I'm being quiet. And I'm also like looking over here with the mic is here. She grabs you by the head and she says, "You're right. This isn't over. And what just happened has nothing to do with why you are here." She's gonna let go. That is my suspicion. Just
I mean, we did inform you guys that there was fire. I didn't think they would attack here, though. And Drill's gonna kind of glance towards Warden. As another fellow champion. Because I imagine he's probably also very confused.
no. I believe they attacked you. Or you. You are the reason this all just happened. And I'm not blaming you. You are the reason I just lost my. This is a target that you specifically want.
Why? I get, obviously, it's the opposite of the element that I stand for now, but why here? Why among crazy powerful people? And just kind of glances at each council member. What can just one person do to them? They obviously have numbers, and if it isn't obvious, water is quite weak right now, so he'll kind of glance over at the elemental, just kind of standing there.
I think most of the time the elemental has gone around and has been putting the flames out around the room. And yeah, by now it's probably come over and it's just kind of chilling.
Awkwardly.
Lasts for about a minute.
An hour.
An hour. Okay, so it's still holding strong. It's only been about 4 minutes since you resummoned it.
To make a point,
Gordon, are you close enough to hear this conversation? Are you rejoined with this group?
Yeah, I was thinking that he was going to, after taking a look out the window and making sure everyone got out fine with Randar, would go ahead and just start walking towards everyone else, and keeping an eye on his companions along with all the guards, to ensure they don't immediately just swarm them and throw them back into cuffs.
Give me a perception check as you look out the window.
also want to make a note when Dro's talking to Bloodthorn, he's kind of looking down the sword almost as if he's trying for the Kirin to hear.
23.
Okay. And agreed. Gordon, you look out, you see people running away from the building. And then as they stop and look out, they begin to, some of them begin to back away. And you see in, give me a history check on this, or survival check, choice.
Oh, this is an easy decision.
Wow.
And that was an even easier decision.
Gordon, you come off as a drunken fool quite a bit of the time. You're far more perceptive and aware than most people would be critical, even when something else. And blackouts aren't really the thing. Probably never happened. You remember just about every religion about you. You are such a traveler that you, most times you have a near eidetic memory to the paths that you have route and flow and It's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. You see smoke mixing in with the light snowfall, white clouds, letting down white fluffy flakes across the town, and a contrasting dark smoke arises in the section of the city. You immediately recognize that smoke is an exact pinpoint. And this is pretty far off. This is like a couple of miles. And it's into the interfering of the storm. You recognize it precisely as where Houseport pointed out that fire rift opened in the city. Directly below it. There is fire. There was burning.
That sounds about right. With that information, I will go to the commander because so far she seems to be the person in charge besides, Lady Seraphine. And I'll just kind of walk over to everyone, slowly putting my guns in the holsters, and I won't interrupt the conversation, but I will definitely kind of stand there looking a little bit panicked. Kind of like flighty.
And that's she rolled really well. As she walks up, you stand kind of next to her, just on her periphery. And Dro, you asked that question. Why here? Why now? Why with all these powerful people? Gordon, anything to add that you just saw?
Why, yes, actually. As you can probably tell from my wonderful speech earlier, I am quite sober. And in my sobriety, my senses are far less dulled. Just a few miles off into the city, I happen to see that there is plumes of smoke arising. From what Hasport had said previously, these plumes of smoke, or at least the area that they are coming from, is where flame portals are. And so, if I had to hazard a guess, I assume that the reason that we were attacked here today is simply a distraction, so that way the most powerful people in this city would be focused all in one area, while the rest of the city is attacked by probably some invasion force, or at least a lot of fire. With that being said, while we may be safe, or at least temporarily safe, the city is not.
Why indeed? You see her.
No idea.
You see her. Oh, she says, "Why indeed?" She turns her head and starts to cast a couple of message spells, communicating in her mind, and it comes back. My guards can see no rift to fire. Nothing. There's nothing good.
Is it the one
sh-
in the sky we told you about?
There is nothing in the sky, according to ourselves.
Well, this is going to be a little bit of a problem. You see, I definitely know that there's something there and something is happening, and I'd be more than happy to go check it out with a group of people should they decide to follow me. But I am telling you, there is something there. I don't know if magic is able to cover it up a little bit, or if there's something I'm not quite seeing. But there are plumes of smoke, and
Margot, give me an
Yeah.
Arcana check.
I was just gonna ask if I could do an Arcana or Insight.
Mhm.
Let's do Arcana, yeah. Oh my god. No. Yeah. Yep. Fuck it. We're using a sorcery point. I can't let that stand. This feels important. This feels important.
Yeah.
Nice. Greater invisibility is a very powerful spell, but its duration is short. Putting together the amount of time that between when Passport said there was something there, when you guys essentially got arrested, everything between, somebody would have to be churning out greater invisibility for days at this point, and that is simply like magically unfeasible, unless they have a specific generator that does that, which would be an exorbitantly expensive machine. However, major illusion, when upcast, is permanent until dispelled.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or hallucinatory terrain already.
Coupled with, because it's a 21, that's pretty good. Coupled with a non-detection spell, something that could keep non-detection running for days on end would be vastly more efficient.
Mm.
And non-detection means that it cannot be found by divination. The two of those together, it's probably why, like, the sky probably just, like, from people's perspective, looking into a major image, probably just looks like sky. An illusion that looks like sky from all their angles below. That's the only thing that makes sense.
At Commander Bloodthorn and just say, well, maybe you will listen to me this time, unlike you did with the lawyer earlier, but have you tried casting a dispel into the area we told you?
You're very privileged, aren't you? There's a bigger
So are
game
you.
than you realize. I'm just operating in a different one. One moment. She sends another message. Waits for a response with a nod. Right on the money. High level,
Funny.
just high level dispel magic. Eradicated it immediately. The graft is shown. And creatures of wild flame or I believe it's time to leave. She turns. She turns and like begins to walk off in a certain direction. Over her shoulder, she says, "Why you drove?" Because you have something nobody else in the city does regarding these creatures. Information can be massively powerful on it. Information you possess could potentially harm them. Leave it around you out of the way. Think about what that information could be. And let me know when you figure it out. And she exits the room with the guards.
I'm just gonna yell after her. I just used dispel magic to close the graft. So if you do it again, like I said, you'll close the graft. I'm just yelling after her.
Dro's head just drops.
If there is an archmage that we are dealing with, which is very likely, do not think it would be that simple.
and she walked away.
I was like, I don't know. We fought the djinn when I did it, and it was that simple.
Dro turns. Was it?
I mean, you fought the djinn. I just closed the graft.
I also helped you close the graph. Wait a minute.
You did. And then I got
You-
blown up.
You also had a Jin's assistance. in
Yeah.
closing the draft. So you had massive training wheels. the first time you
Listen,
did
she
it.
got her hand cut off 24 hours ago. Let her be spicy.
Dro's just gonna put his hand on top of her head. Do you believe what you want?
Some of Margot's hair like floats up menacingly. It starts to look like black vines. Okay.
Turning around and seeing Yaz on there. Silent. Dro is going to, similar to what Bloodthorn did, and grab her head and put his to hers. Are you okay? He's going to glance down at your hands where your claws were.
I don't know. But I am ready to sleep for the next week.
I don't think we get to sleep just yet.
Why not? I'm exhausted.
Yeah. I'm just gonna look around. There's a lot more. And I think this war is coming a lot faster than what we expected. And then he's just gonna glance and he's gonna say, well, I'm glad you're okay. And he's gonna kiss your forehead. And then he's gonna turn to Warden. Do you have a way of contacting your allies from Wind, anybody? Because right now, mine seem to be radio silent.
The only way I'd be able to contact them is if we were to go to my ship and I were to fly there.
That's what I was afraid of. Can I make a perception check to see if anyone's listening in?
At this point, while you've been talking, Seraphine Swiftwind and basically all the council members are in full like action protect the city mode. They're barking out orders, they're moving to their respective locations, and like they are job on right now. Swiftwind overheard some of the conversation that happened between you and Bloodthorn, looks at her, and Bloodthorn just kind of gives her a nod, and she nods as well and moves on. She knows that it's pretty easy to read her in this moment. She knows the chain of information will reach her, and she will know what she needs to do. She does not need to spend her precious time as the city's leader interrogating you for what she knows. Everything that you understand, she expects. You see it all, and what she expects you to tell Bloodthorn, and Bloodthorn will tell them. And they all start to disappear. Even Durok is one of the last ones, and comes up and like is walking between like the parts of the broken desks where like Bloodthorn like dragged the Tophet through. So, I do what they're doing, what we are dealing with, and albeit these two wizards are the only two prominent figures that are left. This room has basically been considered abandoned at this point, and there's only a couple of guards left over. And these two are the only ones remaining. So, what do we need to know? Wise Farrington is bringing me up to speed. I may be able to help. She looks at you with her her white blind eyes, and her colored hair continues to shift vibrancies inside of her dreadlocks.
That is the fire element who seems to be accelerating their plans. Like we mentioned in the trial, I have been given the title of Champion of Water. And as you know, fire and water do not mix well, and we had come from a previous encounter with the fire djinn and barely made it out alive, and were able to close one of these grafts that now have seemed to appear in Aurora's Rest, like we had mentioned. He's going to glance at Margot, like she had mentioned to you guys in the trial. And I think...
Right. You're all very fancy and correct and right. Get on to the important things.
we need to close the graft and rid of whatever is already leaked through.
What are they doing with it?
He's gonna turn to Margot because she had the more magical conversation.
Out with it, go. Every second you stay in here, is another second someone dies.
Oh, his question was, what are they doing with it?
Mm-hmm.
The graft?
Yes.
They are coming through it. What else do you do with a portal like that? They're bringing their armies through it. Somehow, when the one we fought, a Jin was keeping it open. Or, I'm not sure. I think the Jin was trying to keep it open. We fought against him, but there was another Jin there counteracting his powers. Now I don't know what being or abilities is sustaining this graft. If there is one. Bloodthorn mentioned an Archmage. But they're using it to transport armies.
Many of you have a slight misconception. What comes through the graft is not affiliated with any existing space or reality or faction on Iran. They are essentially neutral until they are cultivated, brought in, or become their own faction. Something deeper must be happening here. Now, could they just be importing fire to be creating chaos? Quite likely. That must be looked at.
Are you suggesting that there's a multi-dimensional fire nation that has conquered other worlds and is essentially bringing those forces from other worlds here?
I'm suggesting that beyond Aeon, many things are a mystery, but from what records we do have from the first, those who arrived from Aeon and had understanding of multi-dimensional forces before Aeon was trapped in the bubble of things, there are many dimensions of flame and fire. There's not just one, and graphs to fire open up and bring random pieces of it accordingly.
I think they seek knowledge. They're after something specific. I don't know what it is. But where they attacked before was a seat of knowledge and power for water. Now this is Aurora's Rest. You have the connection to magic here, the leading mages and arcanum to study things such as graphs and all kinds of magic and power. I think they're seeking I think it's a bit of information they need. Something they're missing, perhaps? But I don't know what it is.
Did you say they attacked a previous seat of knowledge? Where?
The College of Water. Does that ring any bells to you? I can take it.
There's hesitation from them. No insight check.
Can I roll an insight check too?
Yeah, any of you can.
I'm gonna make it obvious. I'm gonna cast guidance because I'm tired of failing reading these people.
If you're tired of it, then take your bandana off.
Warden's sick of this shit.
No.
Warden's been
Hold on.
not 20ing left and right. What is this?
I was
Sure,
thinking
you
like,
want to
Dolphin,
watch
like,
something amazing?
What a great time for like Dolphin to show up with the Deus Ex Machina and be like, "I finally found the ultimate truth." that I've
Oh
been
yes!
looking
Oh
for."
no, you have
The
disadvantage.
wildest thing is that I'm at disadvantage and the dice literally just spit in my face.
So manual roll.
Modify that. Get rid of. Do your thing, Margo. Get rid of that 6.
Manual roll dirty
I
20.
can actually. I can do that. I still have that left. Let's do
Just
that.
peel her eyes
You gotta do
open.
it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, I think she like notices Yazin kind of drowsing off a little from all her pain and exhaustion, and she elbows her in the side.
God.
Oh, that's ballsy.
Roll. What'd you roll?
Dirty 20.
So natural 20, natural 20, dirty 20, 19, and a natural 20.
It makes
Yeah.
a difference. I had to get guidance to get that 20.
Fuck.
Tell us your secrets.
Okay. Everybody roll an Arcana check or a Arcana history or investigation along with this. I'll give everybody a second roll of their choice to see how far they go on this.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Fucker.
They're all +1.
Oh damn it.
16.
What? Even?
Okay.
I don't know how.
What were the choices? Investigation, Arcana, and what?
History.
Or history.
Yeah, okay. I'm rolling history.
Is this like is this an part of the like insight check on them, or is this part of our memory of past events?
No, this is you. Like, all of you notice, like, what the fuck is happening between them right now? And this is all of you, like, trying to piece it
Okay.
together. Immediately after that, before you hear any explanation from them. So, Joe, what's your final?
16.
16. Got it. Okay. Oh. Yes, it rings a bell. One that I am currently the holder of the rope floor.
The what?
One that I am currently the keeper.
You really always cut off at the worst times.
You're right at the-
One that I am cuts off.
One that I am the keeper of.
Oh, there we go.
Fire, earth, water, air. The less known. Shadow, bright, beast. And magic. Auror's Rest is a stronghold of magic as one of the cardinal elements. I am its leader.
So,
This is essentially equivalent to the College of Water from this element. If they're here, that's a pattern.
Mhm.
And they are indeed looking for something. Margaret, you can be a champion of the shadow. That's a great move, really.
I want magic. I'm the obvious choice for champion of magic.
Plot twist,
Duh.
it becomes Yaslin.
Yes, I'm the champion.
Yaslin became the champion of magic. We're fucked.
Oh, and Margot's the champion of beasts. We just totally fuck each other. There's the whole plot.
Wait, I think there's been a mistake.
I think
You know the bad part too? There were two of us that could have made sense to be Shadow.
Uh-huh.
They were, yeah.
Yeah, but somebody had to go and specialize in the dark depths of the ocean.
It's like I had a choice.
You could have died. It was a choice.
That was a choice, I guess.
Death is a
Bruh.
preferable alternative.
Death is always an option.
That was an awfully big adventure.
So you're saying the attack obviously is a theme in terms of water. I can get that much. But what I don't quite understand is there's all of these other elements, and we had previously encountered wind and earth before. Where are the others? And he'll kind of stop and start to connect the dots, not say out loud, but in his head, no, he has dealt with Shadow, but not the other two. So we were told if fire gets too powerful, it throws some balance off. Wouldn't the others want to fight to keep that balance? Why?
This is my area of specialty. Hypothetically, it's fine. We are fairly isolated up in one of the most part of the civilized world. If something happened here, the impact and the spreading of the news would be vague and slow at best. Now, I'm just going to sit there and think. Unless fire had some major advantage, some road they could pull out from under the feet of every other cardinal element in nearly the same time, there would be stillness. The collective whole would never let fire get strong enough to start knocking them over one by one by one. This is something dawned and her looking blind of the scope of the water. But that's only if it was a fruit. Each element follows the trait of the elements. Fire is harsh and rash and hasty and powerful and swift in movement. But it can also be secret. Like the burning of peated grass that never even shows the smoke until the entire valley is ready to go up in flames. They can be cunning. She turns and looks at Durak. Durak looks at her. We may have been estimating them incorrectly. Assuming they would stick to the more base, obvious natures. This does not bode well.
They might be seeking. Can you tell me, like, each elemental court, do you have something unique to you but equal across your courts, like an anchor to this plane or some kind of powerful weapon or something like that, that each court has that's unique to it, that they could be searching out, like what they're looking for in water or what they're looking for here? Is there something along those lines that they could be seeking that could give them advantage or even control over those elements?
You don't even need to roll insight for this. You see Durock goes very hard. All I can say is each card has 7 items that match what you described. I will not detail anything further.
Not even to the champion of water? Like,
These items are not like his sword, right? They are greater. Something more substantial to each element.
If you listen to Joe's sword, Maud is a powerful weapon. It is a trinket in the ground's skin and olive. What is possible by those who created this planet.
I think you need to go defend whatever it is because they are definitely coming for yours.
They're coming for all of ours.
that's
They
the
are.
point. Why don't we just... Is there a way we can
Yes.
communicate with the other champions of the other elements or the gens themselves, or even find a way for me to contact the Kieran, because he apparently doesn't like to respond to me when I talk into the sword.
Durock, without another word, Durock disappears.
Huh?
This
He's
fucking
just-
guy.
Durock's just gone.
Thanks for
Yes,
the
he
help.
didn't want our help in
Bruh.
defending that.
Each court is secretive, and you are not a part of the magic court. We would have some people to find it.
Abiadala, you know the courts, or you've studied them at least. Can you contact the others and warn them that fire is seeking the things, the objects that Durak spoke of? Are you able to cast the warning out and say that the champions of air and water seek assistance to fight fire?
Oh, I think this is exactly why they were trying to get you outside. Without you, this conversation doesn't happen. Without you, we don't see a piece into the puzzle. It's unlikely that we have everything correct. But it is also unlikely that everything is incorrect. Yes, Miss Round. I do not have connection with all of them. As many of them. Shaman, and East in specific, are not kind to anyone other than them. But I was really like planning to go to contact everyone else. You understand their tactics possibly better than anybody else in the city right now. But you really need to help stop them and whatever it is they're doing that moved.
Of course, but I'm tapped from the multiple attacks and being jailed for the last several days. And she holds up her missing arm.
Wish I could give you time to rest. No, it does not exactly mean for everyone to be rested.
How much time?
I must go and do something else yourself. The communication is still not. So like, she disappears from the teleportation back to her
The meet
tower.
These fucking mages, I swear to God.
they didn't tell us where to meet
A
them or when to
fucking
meet them. They just
show
said get ready for
Fucking
war.
show
Like what the fuck?
Can just
just-
annoyed. Dro is
fuck,
going
I
to look into
wanna-
his bag and look Morgan for the particular dagger he carries.
Mm-hmm.
Is it in the bag?
Yeah.
Cool. This is really dumb, but Dro's gonna pull it out. So everybody
What are
sees,
you
well,
doing?
by everybody. So I should probably inform you guys when we were teleported here. I didn't come here immediately.
Well, that's not how teleportation works.
From my understanding,
Yeah,
yes, you're right. So you know how we like to throw Margot into the hot seat?
Is this something we do?
I did not.
Gordon's like, I just discovered a new pastime.
I've not been here long enough to know that.
So there was a reason I always got out of it.
Huh?
I do work for somebody, and it isn't Randar. And in your
It's me.
hands, or in his hands, you'll see a dagger shaped like a crescent. I told you I've been tasked with finding information, right? And that's really it. I didn't specify what information or for who. I actually never met them until right before we ended up here. And long story short, I work for an organization that works a little more undetected for the better of the world, to gather information that would give us a leg up in protecting those that can't protect themselves, the innocents. And he's going to look at Warden. They stand for protecting people. The same thing we're doing here. And I didn't tell you guys this because anybody that wasn't a part of this organization that found out disappears. And the reason I'm telling you this is because they asked me if the three of you would make a good addition to the organization. So they said they would meet you, and it is your choice. And I told them the action you guys have done in protecting people, putting your lives on the line, putting your body on the line, your reputation. And you're probably asking, who is this organization?
Right. I haven't taken her out yet, or just kind of holding it in the bags.
I can't hear you.
You have no idea what you just did.
Sorry, I was not speaking further. Do you have the dagger out yet, or are you just kind of holding it in the bag?
He would have pulled it out for them to see, but then he's going to start to put it away. So it's not out long, just long enough. This is the only secret I've kept from you guys, and I thought it was for your protection. But I think it was because I was scared to lose you guys. And after that unexpected meeting that was actually supposed to happen a few days ago till this shit show happened, they did give me the option to inform you guys. So, I work for the Crescent Gleam. And the original task I had was to gather information for them about Eon, about individuals that are gifted that could give us a leg up in protecting others. And in exchange, they would find my parents. They are very well at finding information through agents like myself. And I have been tasked to find out how the cardinal elements function, how all of it works. And obviously, I'm not doing a very good job. So I figure whatever's gonna happen, I at least want you guys to be prepared in case some random people show up. But
Warden.
the caveat is you can't tell anybody else about them, about if you choose to be involved with them, and it's for their safety.
Morgan, my true sight is on. She's looking around to see if she sees any kind of scry balls or scrying eyes or anything watching us right now.
Give me a perception check.
Warden begins to drink.
I need to be sober to be a hero. Nope, fuck it.
Dro is also saying this hush hush for the most part, just enough so the three of you can hear.
17.
About 15 feet above you. So, as you think about it, you start to look for it. You see the cloak of invisibility around a small door that is appearing for you. A small ramp. Like an eye with a slit of red, yellow sclera with kind of greenish tints on the outside. You are currently surrounded.
She slams her, slams her hand over Joe's mouth. And in his head, he just hears, "We are being watched right now."
Just kind of starts to look around and doesn't see shit.
We are being scried on. This is all in your head. Someone is using magical means to watch us. I don't know who they are looking at, but they are listening to this conversation.
Would they have heard it if I was in a hushed tone?
If they're scrying on you, they would.
Where?
I give him like the exact directions in his head, like 15 feet to the right or whatever. 15 feet up to the right.
Do I know how the scry spell works?
Give me an Arcana check. Give me an Arcana check.
No shot. 30-20.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you do.
So
I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. Not 15 feet, but about 10 feet, like directly above you. It wasn't in this direction that you were looking at, Margot?
Can I tell with the 17? Can I tell? We're all pretty close, so this might be a long
Yes.
shot. But with the 17, can I tell which person the scry ball is closest to? Because I would assume that that's one they're scrying on.
Better than that, with your knowledge of Arcana and what Drill knows, you guys can separate and see which one it follows.
Okay, we do that.
Yeah, it's only about 10 feet up. It has to stay within about 10 feet of you, and it's like somebody is there. So they still have to roll perception to be able to hear what's going on and see what's going on. But it's like they're in the room. So if you are speaking in hushed tones, it is harder to hear you, but not impossible. As you
We
guys
move apart.
move apart, as you move apart, doesn't follow Yaslin, doesn't follow Margot, doesn't follow Dro,
That's what I thought.
follows Warden.
I'm gonna look at Warden, and I'm just gonna say in Dro's head for a second. It's Warden, as I jump into Warden's head.
Warden drink.
The scrying eye is following you. Do you
Dro's
know
just
who that
looking at
is?
Warden.
Warden cocks his head to the side and he goes, "Is this scrying eye following me? I don't think I've seen it."
Yes. Well, it looks like. Does it look kind of like a dragon eye the way you described it? That's what came to my mind.
A little bit.
It looks kind of like a dragon eye, and it is following you. Someone is looking in on you for magical means.
So with scry, right? You can only see what
Mhm.
it's scrying on, not the surroundings as well, right? Like you can see it, but it's harder, correct?
Mm,
I can imagine
One
if
second.
someone's standing next to him, like you can make out who it is, but if they get further away, if that's the case, I'm gonna do something really stupid. This is Margot's fault.
Hey, I told. At least we identified that we're being watched. You can see
Um,
within 10 feet.
it's not necessarily.
It's not what?
It's not necessarily rules is written. Like, no, it just says as if they.
Okay, so
What Matt Mosher does, where it's like you kind of have to like perceive through, like you have to perceive very well to be able to like, hear and not just see. I think that's his answer.
Yeah, because it says you can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there. That's literally in the spell. So yeah.
so you can see me even if I walk
Yeah.
back away from Warden. That throws that idea out the window.
I don't have any more spell slots to dispel it. Well, it lasts 10 minutes, so we could just sit here and stare at each other for the next 10 minutes.
Who are you saying that to?
You.
Okay. Warden is going to say,
And then
"You said it was a dragon eye."
that's what it looked like. I've never seen a dragon in person, but it's inspired.
Well, that might be a potential problem. Well, I don't know how long a spell like that lasts. I'm only semi-magical, but I think that if you want, we can just stand here for 10 minutes, but our time might be better used going, finding, and assassinating the fire champion.
Is there a mirror or reflection anywhere in here?
Broken shards of glass on the ground.
I really want to do this so bad. Trill's gonna walk over here and also have his elemental come with.
Okay.
He's going to best to his ability, using Warden as judgment, walk to a location where he is more difficult to see, but still gets a line of sight of Warden, and where that scry orb is that Margot has set. General direction.
General direction.
And when he feels that he is at least hidden enough, more particularly his face, he's going to pull down the headband and stare at Warden in that area with the third eye.
Okay. Warden, I'll let you do it this time. Drew, give me an insight check at advantage.
Do you need me to roll like a stealth or anything if I'm trying to stay out of his view? Well, its view, I
No.
guess. Okay. Oh boy. That is a 23.
Okay. Warden, what does your aura look like in this moment?
I think a good aura to describe Warden would be a sickly green that looks like almost it would be able to, freshen up and look nice and naturally green. Or if things continued getting worse, it could kind of fall into this disgusting yellow. He's kind of aura-wise right on the verge of either.
Do I see anything in the general direction that Margot had described to Dro of the orb?
It's not. That's the music.
With that description, how does that make Dro feel? Would you say?
On the insight check?
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking about how do you Warden based off of that, or how does it make Drew feel to see that?
How to read Warden off that? Like, what does that aura mean? If it goes from the sickly green to the yellow, like he's trying to piece together how this works to try to read. He's trying to learn how to use it more, basically.
You see Warden, based on what you know about him, and his constant flip-flop between drunk and sober, and how drastic the two are, you get a visual personification of Warden as a man caught between two versions of his identity. He doesn't know which one to choose.
Now, what you said right now, it's a green, but it's shifting to yellow.
Yeah, it's right in the middle. It's not quite a full gross green, or it's not a healthy green, but it's not a sickly yellow. It's like kind of almost neutral.
And I guess this is just open question. You said you were drinking. How much have you drank? Like, how much will we have clocked you saying you drank? Like, a swig or two, or...
Well, in the past couple minutes since he's been sober for a little while. Probably about 1/4 of the flask.
Okay. Dro's gonna pull the headband back down.
In Warden's head, he hears. So, what do you mean we might have a problem? What is that?
Margot.
It's gone. But you might want to start explaining to the group what the fuck that was.
Guys, what's going on? You've all been awfully quiet.
Dro is gonna pull
Yeah,
Yaslin
sorry,
to the
I
side.
would tell you, but I didn't want to talk in your head because it freaked you out.
Warden turns to
No, it's probably
Aslan,
better you don't.
and he says, "Yes, it's not quite very fun, is it, when everyone's just starting to do things and they seem to know each other's thoughts and you're just kind of left there on your own. Not great."
Dro just turns to Margot. She does that a lot. So
Don't get an
That's her
insight on
thing,
your
that's not
thoughts.
my
It's
thing.
literally just talking. It's not like I'm reading your thoughts. I don't have that spell yet.
Dro just
Yet?
stops and turns and looks at her.
Love the micro hesitation on the word yes. It wasn't. I don't have that spell yet. It was. I don't have that spell yet.
Warden, why would anybody want to spy on you?
Oh, well, I've moved a lot of people around. I'm sure that some people might not have enjoyed being on my ship for too long. Sometimes I'm a little bit hasty and tell them, oh, you need to get off as quick as you can.
Warden, you like to use a lot of words to describe very simple matters. You knew or had an inclination when I said dragon eye. Why don't we focus on the point?
Whole time Dro's trying to incite him. Warden, we had a conversation about trust between you and I. This is a perfect example of showing your trust to these two, like I talked about. Why is somebody spying on you?
Warden goes ahead and takes another swig or two.
The moment he does that, Dro is pulling the headband off. Does the aura shift to yellow?
I would say the aura is starting to shift to yellow-orange.
What is happening here?
Looking over at the other two, Dro's gonna try to read the girls' auras without them noticing.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Uh-oh.
It's more of just they know the eye exists, and he's just gonna look over to them and a little confused on what he saw on Warden, but I think he's piecing together.
roll a stealth check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage,
Yeah.
I rolled a 16 and a 17. That'd be a 24.
Yeah, that beats both of their passive perceptions by a lot.
It beats what I could even roll for a passive. I can't get that with a nat 20, so.
I have a +8 to stealth.
Jesus.
That's why me and Seamus were scary with stealth.
Yep. Okay. Margot and Margot's. Well, Yaslin's just fucking out of it. She didn't notice you slapped me with a pole right now. And Margot is so focused on like hot seating Warden that she doesn't pick up that you're reading her. Yaslin, what does your aura look like?
Very similar, probably, to what Margot saw. Her aura is pretty much a reflection of her soul. And it doesn't look right.
You know, like he's shifting almost clouds or like bundles of color that are just kind of like just like almost like with a more complicated version of like somebody like flipping a Rubik's cube, like trying to get all the pieces to land in the right spot, and it's not happening.
I'll do something with that in a minute.
So for Margot, I think you see, for the most part around her body, you see the kind of wispy, coalescing, light lavender and jade green magic that is her magic that you've seen before. But her heart, over where her heart should be, is like this black and like burning red, writhing, just mass that's kind of coalescing and pulsing like a heartbeat. And you can see from it like veins of dark black that's pulsing down her right arm. And you see it's like cloaked in this black Icarus rot is her right arm where the corruption is, and the veins just keep pulsing more whatever towards that right arm.
So everybody has friends in their bodies. Got it. Cool.
We established that months ago.
I thought we
Warden-
already knew this.
Wardens is interesting. But, okay. The moment he reads both of the girls, he's going to grab Yaslin's hand. And you said it's a bunch of different colors. Is there one? This is fucking crazy to even try to ask and pinpoint. Knowing Yaslin, knowing the connection with the Chimera, putting together, maybe that's what he's seen, the different colors. Can he pinpoint Yaslin when he grabs her hand, when he looks at her aura? Does anything react different, or does it continue to just be a jumbled rainbow, basically?
Um,
That was a very loaded question.
yes.
You gave me this ability.
I did. Okay, just because you can see what's happening doesn't mean you can influence it.
Mhm.
There's almost like a fifth color. You know, you've got red, yellow, green, and blue. I said all this right. That are shifting around in there, and there's almost like a clear, cloudy thing that's like trying to keep it all together. It's like the in between, and that's constantly shifting and trying to catch up. And it's all so chaos. Every once in a while, they're like that clear part would like coalesce and then spread out again.
Fuck it, at this point, what do I see when I turn and look at the elemental? It's something
Nothing.
different. Both of them, the dragon and Drows.
What dragon? Oh,
The drake.
The drake.
Tailwind. The elemental. Nothing.
Okay.
Doesn't have it. It doesn't necessarily have soul. But it's like, or rather, its soul is its body. We don't see anything extra because it is just what it is.
So, is it safe to
I
assume
don't know.
Drow can piece together that what is next to Warden is similar to what Drow has with the elemental or the water elemental?
It's different. Tailwind almost has like an echo of what Warden. It's like if an artist painted a picture and then they tried to paint with, and then they painted a picture that was similar but of a different scene, I can feel that like the touch of that artist is there at all times, even if it's a little off.
Okay. After all that, Jero's just gonna squeeze Yaslin's hand and then put his headband back on. So obviously, we all have our own issues, demons. 3 of us know all of ours. Warden, what is yours?
I see no sense in trudging up the past. I've had to relive it over and over again nearly every day of my life, and the less that I have to live it, the happier I tend to be.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, your past has come for you. Not the past listened into a conversation, likely heard about Dro's little group, and knows the connections now.
Well, you said if people happen to learn about the connections, they suddenly disappear. So I'm sure that it's nothing to worry about, and if there was somebody who was after me, they might just suddenly disappear anyways.
Insight, do you actually believe that?
Can I insight to see how, like, is Warden scared right now, or is he
That's something I want to get a reading on.
being
How is
cagey or diverted? Like,
Sure.
what are his
Roll your
reactions? to
insights.
this?
So that's a 23.
Dro, stop it. You're being gross.
I need to switch. I
Yeah,
need
for
to switch
real.
the
That's
D20,
rude.
but I keep using the same one.
16.
Do you want me to roll deception?
Sure. Do it private.
Oh. Why is it that for the past 2 sessions it's either nat 1 or nat 20 and there's nothing in between? I
Oh,
quit
that's
D&D.
that's the Kiki aura.
Yeah,
That's-
Yep.
I don't want it. Keep it.
It went from her. It went from Lily to Kiki to now you.
Hey,
I'll
you know
happily
what?
take 13s or 7s or random other numbers than nat 1s or nat 20s.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
So you are able to very easily tell that Warden does not believe it. He truly does believe that obviously there will be, if there is something looking at him now and has interest in him now, it's going to be back. He doesn't think they're just going to, piss off. What was, Kiki, what was yours?
Like, what is he afraid? Is he just being like cagey, kind of like a secret agent trying to make sure he's not caught? Like, what is his emotional vibe towards this topic?
I would say that he is haunted and terrified. He's definitely afraid of something, and it's clearly none of you. And kind of that's where the terrified comes in, and the haunted is you can see it in the way that he kind of scans the room, that he suddenly feels a little bit more paranoid.
Margot's gonna walk up to him. Cannot take. Oh, because the game's paused. Cool. Margot's gonna walk up to him and probably look up at him because he's taller than her, like everyone in this fucking world is.
Next
I'm
time,
just
just play a
saying.
halfling.
Right? I might as well. Whatever it is, the secret you hold, if we help here, we may gain the favor of the element of magic. Such beings of power, and all the wizards and, frankly, nerds in this city, they can craft devices, items, that can shield you from any sort of divination magic. I think if we want to, we could find that here. And then perhaps you'd be more willing to share with us without fear of being haunted.
So the insight check that we did, because it sounded like Joe and Margot similarly tried to get the same vibe, is more of we didn't wanted to read if Warden didn't have an ulterior motive and to hurt us, and that's something we didn't get.
Yeah,
right? He was scared
you
of
don't get-
whatever's.
You don't get that vibe. You get this. You get the vibe of somebody who is like legitimately arachnophobic, where like if they are confronted with their whatever it is that they have a phobia of,
Okay.
they are not stable in status.
You will see some form of tears fall from Warden's eyes, and he's gonna go, and he says, "There's no amount of divination magic that will be able to shield me from the life that I've lived. The only thing that seems to work is tea. Very nicely, I must say."
Well, this will at least help shield you from perhaps being spied on mid-conversation.
Well,
If that is
Warden,
a comfort to you.
we had also had a discussion, a deal. After all of this settles, for you to join us permanently. And I've made it very clear, as much as these two, and he kind of motions to the girls, get themselves in trouble, I do as well. But the one thing is we protect each other, no matter what. And trust me, there is a lot of horrible things we pissed off. Kind of glances at Margot. Some that probably could have been avoided, but one thing that stands true is we will protect each other. And I told you, whatever you go through, if you join us, it'll be the same for you. Whatever you're scared of, whatever is coming after you, you don't have to face it alone.
If I'm lucky, I'll die of old age before any of that happens.
Well, you hear in your head, Joe, where the fuck are you? People are dying out here. We need your help.
Fuck.
Have we gotten a short rest?
No, it's been like
Bah. There ain't no
Okay.
rest for the wicked here.
You know,
What the-
that's actually a good thing because I still have my truth sight for another like 50 minutes, 45 minutes.
Was that Randar?
No, that was Bloodthorn.
Oh,
Margot, you popped your eyes last for
right
an hour.
before the fight? Yeah, I popped it when the smoke went out or the dust from them breaking through the walls. So it's at the start of the fight.
No, you popped it because you were thinking of you were under the impression that Bugard was under the influence.
I
Right.
did, yes. I didn't.
So
Because I
yeah,
popped it,
so it's
noticed he was
been
under the
about
dispel the magic. Shit hit the fan.
overall, it's been about 20 minutes since you popped that. It's been about
Okay, so 40 minutes.
15 minutes since Rose and Mill.
Okay.
as much as I'd love to continue this talk and everything's been aired out for the most part, we are being called.
Would have been nice if one of those fancy wizards had just popped us down there.
You can take that up with them. But Joe kind of looks towards the window. I think, as much as we hate it,
I have to.
We
I need
won't
my
be able to
gear at
save them.
least.
Joe just starts handing out everyone's stuff. Best of his ability.
Yeah, by
Lord.
now you guys could have been like talking and like gearing up so you're good to go.
Joe's gonna start to grab Yazin's hand and start to walk towards the window, but turn and look at Warden. Whatever it is, we have your back. But right now, help me save my city.
I will
Alright.
help, but you will fail.
You'd be surprised. Joe's going to start to walk, but in his head, ask the Kieran, where the fuck are you? He's going to try to play off that he is not absolutely fucking terrified of what is about to happen.
As the four of you gear up and like walk up the stairs and out the doors of this smashed grand court. Smoke and soot and ash and bodies and broken constructs and flame and charred bones of flying skulls all litter the background as the soldiers step into a giant fight. That is where we're going for tonight.